Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a plumbing video. So first off, I wanted to show you a couple things. I talked to my plumber, so I got some quotes and we have a plan to move forward. So basically for this downstairs bathroom, we're basically going to replace everything. So I did this off camera because I didn't think it was going to be exciting. So I just cut off the existing pipes and pulled them out of the ceiling. And I started, I'll go show you in the other room there. I pulled the shower valve and plumbing off of there. I still have a couple pieces of pipe straggling around, but yeah, this pipe down here was pretty badly corroded, at least on the surface. I don't really trust it. Still got a couple of the pipe stubs here. But one thing I wanted to show everyone is, if you remember back from one of my very early videos when I was pulling the drywall off the ceiling here, I noticed that there was a nail. You can still kind of see where it was. That was directly below where the pipe was. And I'm like, wow, that came really close to hitting the pipe. Well, it turns out there is a pretty good nick in the pipe right where that nail was. Another 32nd of an inch would have probably pierced the pipe. And either way, that's definitely a weak spot. So it's a good thing we're replacing that. We're going to redo all of this in PEX. Another thing is we're going to be redoing the sump pump. So the plan, I got a new sump pump. It's going to be all new piping. The plan is it's going to go up across the ceiling. Through to this room. Through the ceiling back here and out the right-hand side of the house. So let me go take you outside and show you. And so my original plan was just to pipe it directly outside the house there and just let it drain onto the lawn. So there's a pretty good slope. My plumber advised against that. He said it's just going to cause a mess, and his recommendation was, at a minimum, to dig a trench and lay a pipe and have it come off the slope, often draining down the slope so it's not all puddling right next to the house, which I agree is definitely a better plan. But he actually recommended that we try to tie into the storm sewer, and he talked to the town and got some information from the town, and it sounds like the town's actually going to help out with this project. So the plan is we're still going to come out over here, but if you follow down the house, we go to the corner of the property on the road. I'm pretty much walking in a straight line from along the edge of the house. That right there is the storm sewer. And the town said if we can bring the pipe within 10 feet of that storm sewer, they will actually take care of connecting the rest. And the plumber's really happy about that because he says it avoids trying to get a easement for right of way and possibly a permit needed for that. So he says that's great and will help out a lot if they do that. So but going back down here, I suppose I forgot to tell you what the drain plan is we're actually going to replace the bathtub with a walk-in shower, and it's probably going to have a center floor drain or a right-hand drain, because I don't want the plumbing on the outer wall over here. I want it on the inner wall, both so it won't freeze and so you can access it from the back if absolutely necessary. We're not quite sure if we'll be able to maneuver a center drain in here because it looks like the pipe comes in pretty close to the center. So we're going to have to tear into the concrete to see. Also, we're going to probably either eliminate this or move this sink drain so it's actually in the wall. We can vent it. And the vent for all of this will also come up across the ceiling. Actually, the plan is behind this wall. There's some space back there for putting all these pipes and to tie the vent stack into the existing vent stack over here. So that is the plan for plumbing. All of the drains and the piping for the downstairs bathroom here are kind of a low priority, honestly. The sump pump is definitely a higher priority, though. Another thing I forgot to mention is I did talk to him about this clean out that's sticking out in the yard, and he's going to be able to take care of that and put it below ground. So I don't have to worry about mowing around it anymore. Today's project, which I'm hoping won't be terrible, is we're going to work on the bathroom sink. Now, this is my only working sink at the moment in the house, so I'm hoping it won't this won't go too poorly. But I noticed that if you turn the cold on, got water, got pressure, it's all right. If you turn the hot on, it comes out a lot faster. So my first thought was, okay, well, maybe the valve under the sink isn't turned on all the way. So let's attempt to turn it on more. It actually didn't go as poorly as it did last time. When I turned it on last time, it was spraying water everywhere. That was indeed the problem. But while we're... Well, this one was partially shut off also. I don't know. We're going to replace these valves. It's one of the things I like to do on stuff on new houses that I get, because these valves are old. I put quarter turn valves in and they're in place. Are we dripping? Something's dripping in there. So yeah, that one's still dripping. That's why it was partially shut off. So let's go shut off the water to the house. Water's now off. Because these valves are almost certainly 50 years old. Time to get them replaced. So one thing I always tell people, make sure to relieve the pressure after you shut the water off. Because one time I forgot to do that and undid the fitting and water blew out everywhere, which was exciting. So we'll just leave that open. And we'll drain down the pipe. Okay. So we'll put you in the tripod. And give me a second and I'll get down there and start working. Alright, so this is a bit of close quarters and I got the camera kind of in my way. So I apologize if the view isn't the best, but I will try. Alright, so I also checked this out in advance. These are actually like threaded nipples. And what I'm going to attempt to do is I have a piece of rubber tubing that I'm going to slip over them to try to prevent from scratching them all up. And I'm going to use some vice grips to clamp onto that. And just use my adjustable wrench. And hopefully we're going to spin this off. And I'm definitely going to need to move the camera here. Oh man. We're just spinning the plastic tubing. We're still spinning the plastic tubing. Replace the plastic tubing. Now we're still just spinning the plastic tubing. It's a chrome-plated finish on the piece of pipe that I'm trying to preserve. There we go. That did hold. So we have our replacements. Actually, I'm going to leave the little top piece screwed on there just so we don't nick it up accidentally. I'm going to test fit it to make sure I got the right one. And I did. Thank goodness. And then we're going to use Teflon tape. Unfortunately, my rubber thing is in the way. All right. Now we need to figure out all the fun angles to get this tightened down. All right, hopefully that's tight enough. Now we repeat on the other one. This one I actually have a little more room to work on. It's not so close to the cabinet wall. Shoot. Oh. Interesting, that one's missing the little nut. Oh well, good thing I don't need them. Other than to protect the threads. Alright. Teflon. Okay. Now we're good to put these back on. And we'll shut the valve off. We'll get these snugged up. Okay. 2 valves replaced. Ugh. So while we're here, might as well. We're going to replace the one on the toilet too. Hopefully this one you'll be able to see a little better actually. Give me a minute. I'm going to adjust the tripod so you can see this better. All right. Oh, interesting. That one's been replaced before. That already is a quarter turn. Well, let's replace it anyway. I got them. This valve is now at the lowest point, so it's going to have a little bit of water in it. And that is just spinning. Gotta really clamp that on hard, I guess. That's basically what I'm, same brand and everything I'm replacing them with, but we'll start fresh. I will say it is nice that they have threaded stubs. That's not something that I see all the time, but I really like them because it makes replacement a lot easier. I will say these are some annoyingly close quarters. I'm going to thread that on another thread. Yeah, we're going to do it. Let me grab a screwdriver and make sure I can tighten that up. Make sure I didn't break it. All right. Yeah, the handle was just a little loose. I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally break it when I was installing it. Definitely being a little janky here. All right, finally. All right, so we're gonna shut off the shower valves. So that is shut off. Make sure these handles are tight while I'm down here. Those are good. And I'm going to make sure these valves are shut off as well. So basically we're going to start by testing to make sure that it doesn't leak out of the wall. And then we will turn on the valves and make sure the valves don't leak and the connection to the fixtures don't leak. So 1 second, I'll go downstairs and turn the water on. All right. These valves are leaking a bit. Press the shower on. And of course, those valves, the shower valves are leaking. Great, another thing to fix. Toilet seems good so far though. Drips down here. All right, let's try turning these valves on. No drips. Full pressure for cold, full pressure for hot. Love it. All right, let's turn the toilet on now. Now the toilet is always exciting when you flush it after having the water out because it has a big air bubble in it. That actually wasn't too bad. I suppose while we're doing some plumbing, let's take a peek inside the top tank. Don't know that I've looked in here before. You know how jank everything in this house is. It does have a newer flush valve. Actually, it looks like it's a newer everything internals. So that's good. Seems like it's all working right. And let's make sure there's no drips down at the bottom. Yep, no drips. Wonderful. All right, another project done. Let me, while I'm here, show you the shower valve leaking. See how it's dripping out of the back of this handle and a little bit out of this one? Not so good. Project for another day. Well, that's going to do it for today, so thanks for watching, everyone. I swear this house is going to be the death of me. So I came down in the basement here, and I'm like, oh, there's water on the floor. Why is there water on the floor? I haven't run the tub before. Look up. We're dripping from the drain area. So either the shower valve is leaking in the wall, or the drain is leaking. So that's yet another thing that needs to be investigated and taken care of before I can rent this place out.